Don't skip this video if you're trying to figure out how to find the best location for your dream home. The information that I'm going to share in this video could make or break your home buying decisions. Today I'm sharing the most important factors to help you select the perfect location for your next home. Welcome back to another episode of Chicago Suburbs Living. As always, I'm your host, John Sintich. I'm your guide to all things real estate in the Chicagoland area. Today we're diving in to the exciting journey of buying a new home. And one crucial aspect of this process is selecting the perfect location. It can make all the difference in your daily and long-term happiness. So let's get started on how to find the perfect location for your dream home. I do want to remind everyone who's returning, or if you're new to the channel, that I am a licensed realtor in the state of Illinois. If you need help finding a property in the Chicagoland area, or selling your home in the Chicagoland area, or investing in the Chicagoland area, I'd be more than happy to help you. All my contact information is going to be on the screen or in the description of this video. Reach out to me. Someone from my team or myself will reach out to you within 24 hours of you reaching out to us. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's video. Before you even begin the house hunting process, it's very important to understand your lifestyle and your needs. So let's consider these key factors when determining your location. Number one is going to be commute and accessibility. Think about how far you're willing to commute to work or school, or your children's schools. The daily commute can impact your quality of life significantly. If you're driving an hour to 2 hours every day to work and back, your quality of life is going to suffer dramatically. Consider the proximity to the essential amenities like grocery stores, healthcare facilities, and those recreational areas like gyms, parks, all those kinds of things. You're going to want to research public transportation options to see if they're a reliable source of transportation as well. If you plan on maybe not driving your own vehicle as much, or if you don't have a vehicle, that's a very important piece that you're going to want to nail down. Number two is going to be neighborhood and community. The neighborhood and your community are going to play a huge role in your daily quality of life and just your overall satisfaction with your home. So if you have an idea of a location in mind, explore the local area, get a feel of what the neighbors might be like, interact with the neighbors. Definitely research the community's amenities. Certainly check out the nearby schools if you have children or if you're planning on having children. You're going to want to make sure those schools are up to your standards of academics. Safety, community activities, and a sense of belonging are all very important to consider when looking for an area in which you're going to live. Here's an idea. Meet your real estate agent for a cup of coffee in an area that you might want to consider. Go explore the neighborhood with them. They'll take you around if they're local experts, as they should be. They'll take you around to some of the best spots in the area, places where people like to congregate, good restaurants, malls, recreational areas. That's something I've done for clients of mine that are relocating from out of state or an area where they might not be familiar with the new area they're moving to. I've met them for coffee, we go out, we tour the neighborhoods and really get them a sense of what that community is actually going to feel like living there. The third factor you're going to want to consider is future development and property value. Take a look at the future development projects for that area. If there are upcoming infrastructure projects planned, it could affect the value of your property later on in the future, and it could impact the overall growth of the community. Do be cautious about excessive development. It could lead to overcrowding or an increase in pollution, things like that. So if you really want a suburb feel, you're going to want to make sure you're avoiding areas that are being overdeveloped. Again, how do you go about doing this? Lean on your real estate professional. As a local expert, I subscribe to all the local newsletters from the governments of all these various towns and cities, so you have an understanding of what's going on as far as developments, projects, construction, things along those lines. They're often in those community newsletters or just visiting the community website. All of it's supposed to be public information anyway. Reach out to your local realtor or the realtor you're trusting to help you with this process and see if they'll reach out to the local government, see what they might have planned. You're definitely going to want to know what's going on as far as developments, construction, future developments, all that sorts of stuff. Fourth factor you definitely want to consider are lifestyle and surrounding. Think about your lifestyle preferences. Do you want to live in a vibrant city or a calmer, quieter, more peaceful suburb type feel? Do you want to live in a vibrant city with easy access to cultural events, shopping, and dining? Or do you prefer a more peaceful, nature-filled environment? You definitely want to consider the recreational opportunities nearby, like hiking, biking, parks, gyms, open playgrounds, trails, nature preserves, all those sorts of things. And you want to make sure these things align with your interest, because you don't want to be surrounded by amenities that don't really interest you that you're not going to be taking advantage of. Number 5, super important factor is affordability and cost of living. don't forget about your budget. You're definitely going to want to consider the cost of living in the area where you're moving to. Compare housing costs, taxes, and other things like home insurance, utilities, groceries, all those sorts of living expenses to make sure that this location that you're thinking about aligns with your financial capability. So you can do this without sacrificing your desired lifestyle. Definitely subscribe to this channel because I make tons of videos about cost of living in the Chicagoland area and all these different suburbs outside of the city itself. All right, before we get into the next factor you want to consider, I want to ask if you're getting any value from this video whatsoever, please do me a huge favor, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. If you're interested, I make content just like this about all things living, breathing, playing, sleeping, eating in the Chicagoland area. So if you like this, if this is interesting to you, hit the subscribe button. Number 6, super important factor as well that you want to consider is climate and weather. Climate and weather patterns can definitely impact your daily activities. Definitely consider if you prefer a more warm climate or if you don't mind some cold and more of the 4 seasons in the area that you're looking. Make sure that these weather conditions align with your preferences because here in Chicago, we can have pretty brutal winters. It can get very inclement in the late fall through the winter and the early spring. Although this past winter we had a pretty mild winter, it wasn't too bad, but that could all change next year. There could be blizzards, it could be very cold. So definitely make sure the area you're living in has weather patterns that fit your lifestyle and your preferences. The last factor that you should be considering when you're picking an area to live is the long-term investment potential. Look into the past and current housing market trends for the area you're interested in. Consult with a local real estate expert to gauge the market trends in that area. Again, if this is something that interests you, subscribe to my channel. At least once a month, I make a market update video about all the data about the real estate market. What happened? How many homes sold? Did prices fall? Did prices go up? I track this every month to make sure I'm keeping you all updated on the market trends of various areas in the Chicagoland area and Chicago itself. You want to know, hey, where is my home value likely going to be 10 years from now? Definitely consider that long-term investment potential when you're picking a certain area. So do remember, selecting the right location for your next home is a crucial step in the home buying process. Take your time, do your research, and consider all the factors that I just covered in order to make an informed decision. I hope you found some value out of this video today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.